Hi guys, and welcome back to Down on the Farm. Today we're looking at the teams in the Chicago Cubs farm system all the way from low A to AAA. Let's go. At the lower level, we've got the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, and full disclosure, this is a team that I visited twice last year during my honeymoon, so I might be grading this team on a bit of a curve, and you also might want to ignore the blanket that's here behind me. Their primary Pelican logo is angry without being overly aggressive. I love their word mark. It's very handwriting as opposed to scriptish, and their colorway is really strong. The light blue and yellow feels very subtly beachy. The Pelicans look like they could be sponsored by Jimmy Buffett. Like their fan base is made up mainly of retired grannies who go to the ballpark, drink just a little bit too much, and dance just a little bit too enthusiastically in the stands. Not that I would know. I can acknowledge that the Pelicans chose a simple theme, but you know what? They nailed it, and sometimes simple is just better. Off to South Bend, Indiana, we go for the South Bend Cubs, and what the heck is that? Did you guys just take the Cubs' primary logo and add an extra ring with your city name in it? What in the sweet name of Touchdown Jesus is that all about? And your primary white and dark blue jerseys too? Listen, those are great jerseys, but those are Chicago jerseys, not South Bend jerseys. As far as I'm concerned, the only reason a minor league team should carry the same moniker as the big league club is if they play in the franchise's spring training home. Teams like the Palm Beach Cardinals or the St. Lucie Mets. Then it feels appropriate and full circle. Otherwise, it just feels lazy and unoriginal. Off to AA, we go to Knoxville, Tennessee with the Knoxville Smokies. If you remember this team better as being the Tennessee Smokies, you're not mistaken. From the 01 through 2024 seasons, they had the statewide moniker while they played in the Knoxville suburb of Kodak, but they changed to the city name in a move that coincided with a move to a new downtown ballpark for 2025. The Smokies are named after the Great Smoky Mountains, a section of Appalachia that's gorgeous, and I can't recommend you guys all to visit it enough. One additional change they made to their primary logo, on top of changing from Tennessee to Knoxville, was they also changed their word mark from being very whimsical to a very rigid font that I'm not a fan of. Their colors work really well, especially on the background on the mountains, but it's the introduction of the bear to the logo that really irks me. It feels a bit on the nose and a little too obvious. I like it when minor league teams have subtle nods to the big league club in a bit of if you know, you know, and it's fun when you get it. But this just feels over the top, like when a creepy guy says, if you know what I mean, after making an unsettling come on. And it's not that this team doesn't know how to do subtle. If you look at the bottom of their primary logo, it has a bridge that is so subtle that nobody outside of Knoxville is ever going to guess it's the Henley Bridge. And I'm guessing most people in Knoxville wouldn't even get that. On the field, the team is just there. Their KS logo they have on the hats does nothing for me. Their white jerseys feature that Smokies word mark that, again, I don't think is as good as their previous word mark. Their light blue with the Knoxville script. It's all just very generic to me, but I'm still caught up on how much better the team's branding would be if the bear wasn't there. And they have all the elements of a great logo. All they had to do was increase the size of the Henley Bridge on the bottom, have the breathtaking Great Smoky Mountains in the background, and the Cubs dark blue with some light blue haze on it, and you'd be good to go. Just knowing how much better this team's branding could be if they weren't so ursine, it's just unbearable. Off to AAA, we go to Des Moines, Iowa for the Iowa Cubs. And listen, everything I said about the South Bend Cubs applies here, so I'm not going to cover any more ground on that. The thing that's more interesting about the Iowa Cubs is how they fit into the rest of the teams in Des Moines. Because on top of having the Iowa Cubs, Des Moines, Iowa also has the AHL affiliate of the Minnesota Wild. You know what that team is called? The Iowa Wild. And it gets even better because they also have the G League affiliate of the NBA's Minnesota Timberwolves. You know what that team is called? It's called the Iowa Wolves. And it's not that these looks are bad. Oddly enough, it's how good they are that makes this a challenging question. The Iowa Cubs jerseys make me want to play too and sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game off key. The Wild genuinely might have the best logo in all of sports. And the Iowa Wolves are based off the NBA team that inspired my love of logos and uniforms. And they're about to get some awesome new jerseys because the Minnesota Timberwolves just released their new uniforms for next year. And I love those jerseys. I'm on the email list to buy one of these black jerseys the day it gets released. But in a state that's so famous for its ballots, I'm personally voting for originality over a look that imitates one of the great looks from the Big Four sports leagues. But what do you guys think? Would it be worth it for you to have your hometown team look great even if they're a carbon copy of a big league club? Or would you rather your hometown team have an original identity? Let me know down in the comment section. Until next time, I'll see you guys around.